guys, long time no see. So I've been busy here, and haven't been really filming anything. I've been taking pictures, but Nova's still sitting here. Let's see, it's almost December. It's the 30th of November. So we've been waiting for these parts for quite a long time, but they've finally arrived. So I can get back on the Nova. But in the meantime, I'll show you what I've been working on. So it's a 67 C10 short bed. Once these vehicles are all done, I'll do videos on them, but for now it's just work, because I got people lined up wanting to get cars in here. So Mustang, I'm doing a bunch of stuff on, engine swap, and probably gonna paint it, and we'll see what happens with this. But this is a full build, frame off. Got the Nova kind of cleaned out, so yeah, looking pretty bad. And this is all fiberglass, if you remember from before. So yeah, trunk looks good until you go underneath and realize that's not the real trunk floor. It's all fiberglass also. But we got everything now, so we can continue on with this. Maybe someday get it done. So I don't know if I'll be videoing on this either. I'll probably just have a bunch of pictures, and when the car's done, that'll be this video. So here we go. Fiberglass, rust. Yeah, I'd say these floors need to be replaced. Unfortunately, I didn't get the toe panel, so whatever. We'll make that piece just a little bit probably. We're gonna redo the firewall, so may have to do the tunnel anyways, and at that point you're just rebuilding anyway. So this is the junk pile. Man, that box is filling up with rusty parts and fiberglass and Bondo. And the new floor, a bunch of other parts. This is the box of rust and Bondo. It's getting full. Man. He's bad. Rockers are nice though. All right, I got these all cleaned up best I can with the sandblaster and found all the nooks and crannies. I'm gonna throw some weld through primer on this, so while it's drying I can start drilling my holes in my floor, marking out where all the frame rails are and drilling all the holes, get it test fit, and hopefully it fits good and we can start welding it in. Well, put the floors in, got everything all sandblasted there and weld through primered. And obviously the toe kick's missing some pieces, but we're gonna probably be rebuilding all that. Depending on if our transmission even fits in this tunnel. So we will find that out in the future. We may be cutting some of that out anyways, and redoing the firewall. So everything fit real good. You're probably wondering how I got this one-piece floor in. Because it won't fit through the windshield and it won't fit through the back. It's definitely wider. So that's why I did it right now, before I finished any of this B-pillar work. So I took this B-pillar out since it's just clecoed in. I cut this brace out and I cut that brace out of the center there. Nothing moved, everything's real solid right now, so that was all good. And came through the side and got it in there. Fit really nice, no issues. So far so good. Well, that's fiberglass. It's kind of hard to tell, but it sounds like metal. There's the floor. Man, oh man. What a mess. I'm gonna continue cutting this out and just get a little work done on the Nova. This thing's on hold, waiting for some parts. Waiting on some parts, almost done with the Mustang. And the running and driving and all that part, so. Yeah, well, here's a good one for everybody. Notice there was a hole that was bonded up back here in the frame. And I was wondering what it was all about because there was no really rust around it. So I started investigating. It looks like they just beat the crap out of the frame rail and punched a hole to get to that bolt down there that's locked up to try and tighten it for a bumper bolt. It's been cut off since then because they're obviously rusted in there. All this is getting replaced, everything. So, except for the frame rails. Because the frame rails, as you can see, are pretty good. We'll clean that up and fix that the best we can, but pretty interesting. It's, not probably the way I would fix it, but. Working on the Nova. The rust and the new quarter panel though. So I stripped that old quarter panel off. I've been getting it all pulled out. I gotta grind what's left of these spot welds down. All over. I'm gonna have to sandblast all this because this is staying and see how bad it is, see if it needs to be replaced or if it can be reinforced or what we need to do. All this is leaving for mini tubs. That's why none of this is obviously finished yet either. Got all this new and the trunk, all the back stuff, everything's new. So got all my patch panels here. And the only issue is I had to go with a earlier model taillight because they don't make one for the 65. And what I'll probably have to do is cut the center of this out and weld it in here. So that's if I keep with the 65 style taillights where there's another light in the trunk. Not a huge fan of the look, but since this is a 65 SS, should probably keep it as original as we can. right, it's been a while since I've done an update on this thing. So yeah, gonna have her laid out on 20s or 22s. These are 19s. Look how big those wheel tubs are so far. But if you look, we only have a couple inches around them. So if we want to put a 22, it's gonna be a tight fit in that wheel well. That's about as big as I want to go on the wheel well. So 17 inches wide overall. So we'll get a nice 15-inch wide tire under here. It's coming along. Everything's looking good so far. Still got some rust repair stuff, little tiny stuff. I probably could have bought a whole new piece, but this is just little stuff. We'll just cut that out and patch it in. Long ways to go, but we gotta start. That's the end product we're looking for, so. Well, I know I've been slacking on my job, but I am working on the Nova again. I have no idea where I left off. I'm gonna have to go back and watch my last video and figure that out, but I know I don't have any of the rear end work done on video, but I'll show you what I'm doing right now. Trying to get the last bit of the rust out of this thing. So this side's not too bad once I get it off, but that side, the mount's pretty much rusted away. And so just this area left for rust. Obviously got the floors. Rear fenders are on. Still have some trunk work to do. I'm gonna wait to do the suspension first, but got the frame rails built and the wheel tubs. Hopefully I got footage of some of that stuff. Coming along. All right, got some of this new inner structure made with 1/8-inch plate. And then it's gonna go back to the body and weld under there with another piece 1/8-inch. And that goes all the way back into here, but it's just for extra strength because this is for the front end, so. All right, we've been working away on this thing and got the firewall all in there. Got the floorboards in there, you can kind of see those. Those all made. And I'm not gonna make the tunnel yet. I ordered the front suspension. I'm waiting on a call back on that. I got a pattern here, what I might do, but I gotta wait till I get the inner fender wells on, the front end on, and get a motor in there and trans and figure out what I need to cut, if I need to dimple it back for the distributor or what I need to do. So got a kind of a basic mock-up here. Everything's pinned in and looking good. it's January of 2024 now. It's pretty cold, got the fire lit. Been working away on this thing. Finally got the new doors in, so I can get this thing all lined out and make sure it's straight as can be. And they fit okay. We got a couple issues. The lower hinge needs to go in a little, but we'll work them. It's just kind of temporarily sitting here for now. Got all the front suspension in, mocked up. Steering column's mocked up. Brake system is brackets in there. See all that. Getting there. Custom made and engineered at Heimlich Hot Rods. haven't been filming a lot, but you just saw me pull the buck out for the transmission tunnel. Hopefully we'll have some more video, but I've been really busy, so. I'll either have it like slide and clip in or bolt in. That's the first half. Takes up quite a bit of room, but still plenty of room for a fuel pedal.